There you are. Got him. What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner, and today we have a Russian Dragunov. Check this out, this is beautiful. I want to give a big shout out to my coworker Brandon. He was very kind enough to let me borrow this weekend for this video. And yeah, I just wanted to show it to you guys. We're gonna shoot it. So this is a real deal Russian Tiger Dragunov, not a PSL. They are very different and we'll get into that. But yeah, this is an iconic sniper rifle from around the world, normally in bad guys' hands, unfortunately, but I'm sure there's good guys that use them too. These were designed in the early 60s and they've been around in different military services since then. But yeah, it shoots 7.62 by 54R. It's a semi-auto rifle, so same round as a Mosin Nagant if you're not familiar with that. But yeah, ammo's cheap, gun is very, very hard to find and unfortunately expensive. But I'm very excited to shoot this today for you guys. All right, so I got a couple rounds loaded up. I took the eye cap off and the cheek riser because they're just not where I want them. Like, they don't feel as comfortable, so we're just gonna shoot a couple rounds. I got steel at 100 yards. See if I can hit it. Can't tell exactly where it's hitting. That's cool. So recoil is not bad. I mean, similar to a 308, but that is beautiful. Very controlled. I can't tell exactly where it's hitting. The optic on this, as you saw in the beginning of the video, it's a weird optic, and I am not going to adjust it at all because it's not my gun, but that is beautiful. Let's get some more rounds loaded up. All right, so my coworker Brandon was also very kind enough to supply some ammo because he had a specific ammo he wanted me to use. This is Bulgarian 7.62 by 54R. It comes nicely wrapped like a little present. Merry Christmas, by the way. It's officially Christmas, and all I want for Christmas now is a Dragunov. But I don't know exactly how many rounds this holds. It's probably 10 or so. Let's see. Now with loading this, I was told the rims you need to make sure every rim is in front of the last rim, because otherwise it will not cycle properly, because this is a rimmed cartridge. So what that means is the casing sticks out at the very end. It's not like a 308 where it's all like in line. So these potentially could have feeding issues if you do not load it properly. That's it. So I think we have 10 rounds in there. So it hooks in like a traditional AK style mag, locks back on the last round, which is cool. Very smooth action, like butter. All right, shoot a couple more rounds here. That is smooth. That is very nice. Dang, this thing is beautiful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, how beautiful is this? Wow. Babe, I want a Dragunov for Christmas.
We have Dragunov at home.
Dragunov at home. Wham. No, I'm just kidding. This is a Romanian PSL. Looks very similar to a Dragunov, doesn't it? Fun fact is, no part of this interchanges with the Dragunov. It's a completely different design. Let me show you. All right, so what is the difference between the Russian Dragunov or Chinese Dragunov and a Romanian PSL? Well, these apparently were, the plans for this rifle was not given to Romania. I don't know all the thing behind it, but they wanted to basically make a sniper rifle of their own, and they did not have the plans to build this one. So they made their own. Now, what this is basically a giant AK. That's all it is. It is a long stroke gas piston system, just like an AK, and it is stamped metal, where this is a short stroke gas piston system and it is milled. So every part of this gun does not interchange. The magazines, I mean the scopes might, I don't for sure know about that, but the furniture, the magazines, the internal parts, it's completely different. Long stroke piston, just like an AK, short stroke piston, kind of like an SKS or like a SBT. So even though they do look similar, they are completely different rifles by design, which is cool. I think I shot a PSL like years ago, but I haven't shot one in a while. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shoot I'm gonna shoot the PSL and then I'll shoot the Dragunov, and we're just gonna see how like similar they feel. I'm sure they're gonna shoot probably pretty similar, but quality-wise, long-term, I have a feeling the Dragunov's just nicer, but it looks nicer. All right, let's shoot the PSL. All right, so now we're gonna put some rounds down range with the PSL. This is kind of cool. So the scope has like what I believe is a sunshade here that you just extend and twist and makes it longer. I'm gonna see how this does with this, but very smooth. Both of these guns feel very smooth. All right, PSL. So I'm hitting steel downrange with it a little bit easier. This one seems to be zeroed, which is actually pretty nice. Trigger is a lot grittier than the Dragunov, still not terrible. Overall feel, it's not bad. It's slightly different. I want to say the Dragunov feels a little better. Let me pull the Dragunov back out. All right, so we got the Dragunov again. This action definitely feels smoother. This one also has that scope shade, so I'm gonna extend that. Oh, this one was way slicker to extend. Oh, did it not? All right, so my coworker was telling me that he's had a couple hard primers, which is when you pull the trigger, but it does not go off. That may not be a Dragunov thing, that could be the ammo thing. This ammo is old ammo. So I'm gonna wait a couple more seconds just in case it went off and went downrange. I'd say it's good, so we'll eject that round out. Chamber another one. All right, let's go hot.
Casing hit the camera.
So we have another one. Oh, the casing hit the camera. So I don't think this is a gun issue, but who knows? A couple more seconds. I'd say the recoil impulse is very similar. Again, long stroke piston and short stroke piston in different guns might be more variable, but the recoil impulse is not insanely different between these two rifles. What is very different is this trigger is like butter. That one is a little gritty. That one's like toast. This is like butter. But I don't know, they're both nice. Now the difference, one of the big differences, this costs 5 times more than a PSL. PSLs are about 2 grand right now. Dragunovs are about 10 grand. What's crazy is years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, Dragunovs were about 5 grand and PSLs were about 1,000 or 800 bucks. So still a 5 times price difference. But 5, 6 years ago, I thought Dragunovs were insanely expensive at 5 grand. My buddy, Ian, you know, if you're watching this video, I know you got a killer deal on one back then. I sold him a Russian Tiger for like 5 grand or less, I think. So, and he still has it to this day. So I'm glad you own it, Ian. But yeah, I'm jealous now because they went way up in price. But have you guys ever had that where you're like, oh, I could have bought this gun for, you know, way less, and now they're just way up there? Yeah, that was me with Dragunov for 5 grand and PSLs for like 800 bucks. So, but we can't win them all, right? All right, so these are those 2 rounds that were not fired through the Dragunov. You can see the primer was hit but not sent off. So we're gonna try them in the PSL just to see. If they don't go off, then we won't use them. But I'm just curious if the PSL will fire them. So 2 rounds. Let's go. Hit. Hit. So I don't know. We could have potentially fired those again through the Dragunov and tried it, but PSL ate them no problem. And hit steel twice.
Russian Dragunov.
Okay, rack it. Rack it hard. 2 more. You got gypped. What'd you think?
I liked it.
All right, so we have 2 more rounds that did not fire for Gabriel. So I'm gonna try these in the Dragunov because the two rounds that didn't fire through the Dragunov the first time fired through the PSL. So we're gonna try these next 2 through the Dragunov. All right, let's see. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, I think they're just hard primers, so it takes 2 hits on them just to get it to go off. Not the ideal ammo that I would want, but it's working. All right, guys, this is gonna be the final mag through the Dragunov. Hopefully it runs smoothly. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you wanna see more cool guns like this, luckily I have friends with very cool guns, and yeah, I look forward to showing them to you guys. All right, Dragunov for the win. Woo! Full 10 rounds, no problems. This thing runs like a dream. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and yeah, Merry Christmas.